So that's why it's a little bit more. Because I want to start with the vulnerability. Seb, please create a Gitter chat room. There is already one.
There is? Where?
Well, there is where you just click the link and there is nothing to create. Each GitHub repository has one.
Oh, it says it's a private organization room, so it's not totally open.
Oh, maybe that. Okay. Yeah.
It says this organization has no public rooms. Here's the message I'm seeing.
Okay, so maybe there's an option. I know. Yeah, I've been there like last month. Then Daniel, I think, sent some invites, and I joined, and it was just to say hello and left. So log in with GitHub to start talking. Did you try to log in?
Yeah, I'm logged in.
So you need to be in the organization unless it's public. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So I just have to set it up. Okay, let me share my screen because this way people can see. Blah, 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 blah. And actually, you're right, because they are all part of the organization. So there must be some setting to say make it public. Open in GitHub. Nope. Share this chat room. I think so. How do we make it public?
Oh yeah, there you guys are. Yeah, try that.
Oh, this thing. All org members can join.
Is it on the right-hand side? If you go back, on the right-hand side, there's those like three. There's that, yeah.
Yeah, but then add people to this room. Share.
Share this chat room.
It gives you a link.
Oh.
No. I wonder why it's organizational. Oh, that makes sense. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, no, I know, because I clicked on the organization itself. If you click on the slash,
yeah,
Brochard, maybe. So maybe there is a way to do it by repository. Let me see. So Brochard CMS, suggested rooms.
Yeah, that
Brochard,
one.
This one.
There you go. That's handy, that badge.
Okay, yeah. I can create it.
There we go.
Spread the word. No way.
Let me try. I'm going to try go in.
I'm not spamming people. So normally, if I go to the repository now, it's been updated with a badge. Oh, with a pull request.
Pull request, yeah. Yeah, I just got it. Perfect. That's exactly, that's great. Okay.
You didn't hit merge, but Sebastian.
Yeah, why didn't you?
Yeah, change the text before you do, because we don't care that Sebastian Ross created the chat room.
Which text? It's the commit, no, isn't it?
Oh, it's just a comment. Yeah.
Yes. And I can't change the text. It's part of the pull request. So
merge. There you go, Sebastian. It's your first merge.
Fuck you. Yeah, so we can add a little space here. So join chat. So if I click on join chat, oh, they added a UTM, whatever. We might want to clean those things. You see the UTM campaign and everything, badge. Well, that's fine. Just for them to know that we joined from a badge. So blah, 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 blah. Oh, it works. So we can close Uber conference and just use the chat. Interesting. Okay, so there is a conversation at the org level, and oh, interesting. Good. Thanks, Brett, for that. Okay, so let's
Well,
start.
I think it's a little easier to use than IRC for everybody, and it's kind of the fact that it's like so well integrated with GitHub seems kind of nice. So I thought
There is visibility at least. Yeah. Jabber was working, and I know a few people out there, like 4 or 5. Maybe Jasmin was there, I think, very often. Script, isn't it? Okay, good. So just start with the security vulnerability. So if you haven't seen, I just tweeted 5-10 minutes ago about, has it been retweeted? Yes, about security vulnerability found in older versions of Brochard, update to 1.8.2 or 1.9. So 1.8.2 and 1.9 already have the security patch for 2 reasons. First, because Zoltan fixed the security vulnerability 4 months ago in 1.9. Okay, and we talked about it during a YouTube video. And we copy-pasted the patch to 1.8.2 because let's release that also in 1.8.2. This way, there will be like, let's call it organic spreading of the fix to all your websites if you upgrade to 1.8.2 or 1.9. So these one are not available. Then if you're running an older version and you want to patch this version, it's very easy. You just follow the link. What? George? No? George, you're muted. I will mute you. So this explains what it does. So CSRF, cross-site request forgery, which means if you are authenticated on your Brochard website as an admin, and you navigate to another website which is an untrusted website, like a weird website that will contain a script, knowing that you are admin on your website, would make you run some request on the website into the admin section to approve or disapprove users. So again, to repro that, you need to be admin on the website. You need to go visit a malicious website which knows you and the website you administer and can disable users. All the users but you. Okay? So this is not frequent that you are logged in as an admin and you go to malicious website, but it happens. And then this website can only disable or approve users. It can't disable your account. So let's say you own a website with lots of users. What can I take? Vulu.net or Noisette. No? What can I take? Yes, Noisette. Let's say Noisette. Doesn't exist anymore, but let's say Noisette. You have customers which have accounts, and you are the admin of the website, and you go to a weird website, and this website will disable all the accounts, which means all your users can't log anymore into their account. You will have to go into the admin and re-enable them. What it can do also is approve users on your behalf. So one could create an account on a website, and if you go on their malicious website, they could approve the user account. So depending on the rights you give to people, to users to create on your website, they could do other stuff, but that's not expected. So for instance, I own gallery.orchardproject.net. If you trick me into going into your website, you can disable all the user accounts of the Orchard project, okay, or the gallery. That's what the vulnerability does. So to patch that, did I open? Yes, this one. To patch that, so if you have 1.8.2 or 1.9, there is no issue at all. Then otherwise, you click on this link, which is a patch release, and it describes there is a patch for every single version of Brochard that we shipped. Just take the patches.zip file. These ones are generated automatically by GitHub, and I can't remove them. That's a shame, but that's it. So this file patches.zip, I'm downloading it. Contains for each version, let's say 1.6.1, a modules folder that you copy paste into your installation and or into your source code, but first the installation. And this module folder will update the users module, will push a new DLL, because if you deploy it on your instance, it will update the current DLL. with the patch code. But also for your code, either if you are code based on your deployment or you want to patch your current code, there is a code update, the controller, and also the view that goes with it. Okay. So the actual issue is in the controller, was in the controller, and the three methods, moderate, approve, and send challenge email, were not protected by a HTTP post attribute, which means any get will trigger that. Okay. The only thing which was nice here is that if you were not a site owner, well, only the site owner can do that. So not all the users can do that. Just if the site owner is strict, it can happen. And only if also you can't do it for the current user, which means if you are the site owner, your account cannot be disabled. You can only disable other kind of users. Any questions? Also, I created another page on the site at the same time. So Orchard project documentation. So if you look for security or vulnerability or patch, you will find the patch here, security patch recommended, and you will find this page, security researcher acknowledgements. So I created this to copy what the TechNet does, which is acknowledging all the good behavior from security researchers which have reported without disclosing them the security vulnerabilities. So the first one was 4 years ago. It was an open redirect thing. So there you could do redirect URL and something else than Orchard. Then, oh, this is wrong. This is 2013. Let me change that. So this guy found out a cross-site forgery, which was in the comments module. And so Adrian Pastor last month contacted us to disclose this one. And the context was that they are a private company and they applied security analysis. They tracked for security bugs, Orchard for a specific customer. So the customer called them to find some security issues in Orchard, and they found this one. So, and I will fix this page by doing edit. So we have a new page to advertise researchers and companies who found security vulnerabilities. Good. Questions, comments? Thank you, Zoltan, and thank you, Lombik, for fixing it before it was publicly found, even though you released publicly the patch.
Yes, and there was an important thing to know that when a security fix like this happens, it should really go into all active branches. So we shouldn't forget that.
Yeah, we could. Active branches, meaning dev and master
minor
and yeah.
Well, the minor ones should.
Well, oh no, they've been deleted. They've been deleted. The branches have been deleted. There is a tag, but yeah, I think we did that for previous version actually. Yes, we could do that. Correct. Okay, that's safe. We should do that just in case people. You're right. Point to this, but there is no branch, so just tags. We can retag after. Another comment? Nope. So please patch. Well, you have all upgraded to 1.8.2 or 1.9, so there is no issue with your setup. Even a 1.x from like 3 months ago is also safe. Or don't visit while you are authenticated as a site owner. Okay? Don't visit websites with websites.
And if you don't have users, you can also not care about that.
Yes, if you just have one user to manage your blog, is nothing to do. Okay, so let's go back to the usual topics. So this was last week. We talked about the branches and the schedules. We had a demo from Bertrand and Sipke, but not from Jasmin because of the screen share, but it's fixed, so we'll do that today. Web app gallery has been updated and we created a new page. So web application gallery updated. I got a confirmation email. I haven't checked. I'm sure Antoine will check. He knows where to look for that. So web application gallery updated. So security vulnerability announced. Need to patch previous branches in source code. What else? Status. So dashboard updated, but let's go back here. 7 days ago. So Zoltan moved the code from the dev branch, from the 19x branch to dev branch. I think that was this one. We talked about it on Thursday. This is a pull request, fixing some SSL parsing. No, import, export. We merged it, I think, on Thursday. Same thing for this one. Pull request merged on Thursday, fixing some media search. Select all checkbox to all suitable admin list. Yep. Okay, so the trick that I think Bertrand implemented last year now is applied to all views. Thank you. Oh, Zoltan, push that. What is that? Are you working out of Lambic sometimes? Interesting.
That was probably a mistake because you can't set the default author in Gitter extensions. So I have to do that every time.
That's weird. You can define it in your Git configuration local file.
Really? I
Yes.
didn't find any way to do that. Oh, I will check that out again.
So indexing task creation opens task. So this is the commit in the other branch. Reverting the first branch. Renaming workflows. Was it a pull request? No. Okay, being able to rename workflows. I think we talked about it. Change password link to the dashboard. So that's new. Is that a drop down or just a link?
It's just a link, like there is a logout link already. There was a logout link already.
Okay, no comment. Added call to init. Well, this is an old one. Maybe because of merges. Yes, I merged 19x in dev. I can't remember why. What have I done? I can't remember why. I think I did a change and then I merged it to 19x. Merge remote tracking. Removing leftover deep code. Ooh. Ooh. That's why it was slow. I was wondering.
That was in a branch, so this is not the reason why it was slow.
Okay. Issue 20. Okay. So pull request. So some optimization for groups, okay. Sure for the admin then. Yep. Okay, this one. Comparison is not handled when updating an editor.
Yes. So here we had it implemented that if an editor or a shape written by an editor method of a driver is hidden, then the post editor is not called. This was a very old issue,
okay.
But it didn't handle the combined result if it was a combined result. So this is just for that.
Okay. Fixing. So whenever you have icon work to do, ask Bertrand, will make you vectorize or whatever icon you want. Default for icon that sucks in Firefox, and not just Firefox actually. I think in Microsoft Edge 2 it sucked. Fixing oversight in previous whatever. Okay. Paging when listing taxonomy and taxonomy terms. Yeah. Okay. If you have many terms and many taxonomies. Okay. Just looking at, in case you're trying to add more things than just the commit. I know you, Zoltan.
Yeah, some sneaky different change.
Pager, beautiful. Added Gitter badge by the Gitter badger. Badge pull request. It's me. And then Sipke. While we are talking, is pushing changes. Awesome. So
No,
what
that
did
was
you do?
10 days ago.
No, you just put.
I didn't.
You did.
It's 10 days ago.
Yes, but this thing was just.
On a feature branch.
Yeah, but that's weird. Why now it's on the top?
That I don't know.
Okay, that's weird. Good. So you didn't take the comments into account?
Not yet.
Okay.
I will take them into account.
Thank you. Demo time, Jasmin. Stop sharing.
Tell me when you can say something.
I can see your screen.
Okay. So here it is. What I did is I added some feature for localizations. What we needed to do is to have different URLs for our content items. So what I did is I added localization for patterns, for auto-route patterns. For making it work, first we need to, in the modules, we need to have enabled content localizations, which is here. And also we need to have at least 2 languages set it up here in the settings. So I'm going to
I
just
think you
create
selected the
Yeah.
wrong French.
Yeah, it's French Canadian. I'm French Canadian.
It's the wrong French.
Yeah. Depends on the perspective. I'm going to create a new content type and show you how you can do that. So let's just do a second one. you will need to add the auto route, localization, a title, so here is what I've done. You have different tabs there for setting up the patterns for each of your culture that you have set on Orchard. So we could like by default there's nothing in there. I'm going to save. It's going to add default patterns because the default pattern is always content slug. Let's say, for example, we want to have the culture code for on the beginning of this URL. I'm going to use content culture slash. Here we are in English.
Oh, you have accents on your keyboard.
So basically what it will do is we needed to have that, like to be able to categorize items in subfolders like that. So that has this possibility too. If I'm going then to create my new content type, my content item, I'm going to English item. Here, it added this. And I'm going to create this translation. Here for Sebastian.
Thank you. I don't even remember where it is on the French keyboard.
Yeah.
Crap.
It's yeah.
That's right.
So as you can see, it works.
That's good. I like it. So just to summarize, it's a way to define custom patterns in the AutoRoute configuration for each language, so that when you create so it will create default URLs based on the current language of the. So yeah, you could use different values like you did content.slug or no, the culture in the token, but here you can have distinct static values in the pattern.
Yes.
Okay.
What if you did have localized content, but you didn't care about localized patterns? So maybe you would be happy with just content.culture / content.slug.
So
you would have to provide that.
For each of the culture, you have to do it.
I mean, this way it's useful for those who have widgets who will display differently if it was in French or in English. So you could set a different rule for those widgets.
Well, I'm not talking about the rule, but I'm talking about these tabs. We're seeing two tabs. What if if you have 7 languages and you want the same pattern for all languages?
Apply everywhere. Apply to a language or copy to everywhere, something like that.
Yes, so, you need to copy them. This was the name of the pattern, and the description here was because Bertrand did something. I need to find his page, but it was for having to be able to select those patterns manually when you create a content item. So it's not really useful for now.
What did you do, Bertrand?
Oh, I didn't even know I did something.
No, I don't think you did. But it must be from a French guy, I agree.
but you need to copy those things for each of them. But if I would add a new language like that, let's say
I think Sipke is suggesting, why don't we have a little link to say copy to all languages from the editor, so you don't have to do it for all languages.
Yeah, that could be added. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Just a JavaScript thing, it's just a helper. JavaScript thing, copy everywhere, or use for all language. So you go to a tab and you say, you change something, and okay, copy everywhere. Or a checkbox saying use default or use copy as, I don't know. But at least a link to a helper. But that's already fine like this is today. It's just,
or even if it's optional, like will we always see these tabs per culture, or could that be a part as a feature that you can enable localized routes?
Yeah, I think it will always display, because when you add a new culture, it will add new tabs, but it could be also something that you can disable, because not everyone will need that.
So maybe a checkbox in every tab, but the default. So when you check it, you can say define customized version, and that will be even better.
Yeah.
This way you don't have to define something, but when you click the checkbox, then you can specify something for this language. Otherwise, it will take the default one, and that's not that hard, I think, to implement. Some checkbox to hide something is already implemented in Orchard, and then in your code, when the settings are empty, take the default one. Otherwise, you take them. So that's very easy to do.
Yes. Right now, it's always using a default pattern. Like now, I didn't define any, but it's going to use a default pattern for this one.
So you just need a checkbox.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it still be good if this would be a separate feature, like Sipke suggested?
Yeah, so if once you enable so if this were part of a separate feature, so by default you wouldn't even see these tabs. There would just be, like we have today before this change, and then you enable a feature or enable some settings.
Yeah, I don't remember the pull request details, but as long as it can be a feature, it's better to have it as a feature. And I think that should be doable in the AutoRoute module to have the localization feature, which depends on the localization module.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
If it's possible.
Yeah, I've made some notes also for improvements there. I think I wrote something on GitHub answering Sebastian things that he wanted to be added on that. So there's also the fact that when you create those content items, if they are already created and you're adding the localization part on a content item, it won't auto-generate those URLs automatically. It's something that could be added too. I'm not sure if you're following me, Sebastian.
No, I was thinking about so what we can do on Thursday, we'll add some comments on the pull request, just to have you improve that. And well, you've done the hard part already. It's just having a custom feature and being able to have a checkbox to say I want to define that for this one.
Yeah.
So and then. So the agreement that we had last week was as when a feature is ready, then it's merged. So when you have that, we'll merge it in dev.
No problem.
Thank you. That's great. Like it. Like it because I also speak French. So I'm sure people who speak Spanish will like it too. Great. Any other demo today?
I could demo the admin Bootstrap if you want.
Go while you are sharing.
Yeah. At least what I did so far.
So just for the context, who is making funny noise? Nick, I'm letting you update that, fix that. Okay, so yeah, oh, that's admin Bootstrap.
Yeah, this is a customization I did completely.
Honestly, I prefer Sipke's dashboard, but
Yeah.
you are not responsible for that. Okay, can you go in full screen? Just. So what is the impact? Changing all the views?
Yeah, you need to override all the views in a different project to do that, because I didn't want it to modify those that were already there, and also it had the ability to have different admin teams.
No, honestly, I think we can create a .less file which will target the current CSS classes and properties and convert them into Bootstrap ones. I'm sure we can do that as a transition, so that there is a backward compatibility with current views, but we suggest that the new views, the new module, use the new native CSS classes. And we can also update the views on the go as we can. So I don't think it has to be breaking change. And if Zoltan agrees with me, we just need to convince Daniel, and then we are good.
I think Daniel is already convinced if it's about less.
Okay. But you see what I mean, Zoltan, Jasmin? So the idea is, maybe you don't know, I don't know what you know about .less. Maybe you know much more than me, because I don't know much. But what I know that we can do is, in .less, define that this specific class will do that other thing. So, and this specific class will be an old one, like the hint. So we can say all the hint classes will actually now look like this, and override the current behavior of the CSS. So we will change the current CSS with the new one, plus an adapter, the beginning of the old classes. So
I'm not quite sure this will.
So maybe we can do it offline.
Yeah.
I will show you what to do, because it will reuse everything you've done. Okay, but it's something else that will make possible to reuse the current views without changing them at all to match the new UI. And sometimes there will be adaptation, like, something cannot be rendered exactly like in the new UI, but at least we'll have some working state and nice state, even if not perfect. And so people will have the choice of either reusing the existing logic for the views, or go with a new set of rules to create views by default. I can show it to you. And
why don't we gather people for a separate meeting on this to try to kind of what we want to do with this?
Okay. We've talked about it for different matters. Do we want to do another weekly meeting at the same time called improvement or discussions, which is not bug triage, or that could be during bug triage, but the issue, if we do it during bug triage, then we take the time of the bug triage and we lag on that. So what about, I'm okay with doing another weekly one and talking about these kind of things. Or we can actually do one. Oh, someone is. Oh. So what about a Wednesday meeting or a Friday or a Monday meeting?
I'm not against the idea of another weekly meeting, but I think it's like, for me, it would be better, more flexible if we could go case by case.
Okay. Yeah, and people person by person, depending on each thing. So you want to be part of this meeting with Jasmin, and so we can organize it offline and define any time. It can be later, earlier. I'm sure earlier for you, Daniel.
No, it's fine later too. I'm up.
Okay, let's do it offline by mail.
Sure.
Jasmin, can you send me an email, because I don't know your email, and I will look with Daniel. If anyone else want to, I don't know how to do that. How can we? Okay, when we have a time between Jasmin, myself, and Daniel, I will tweet it so people can know if they want to join. Okay, we'll do a public meeting and people can join to talk. Fine.
Perfect. Yep.
Fine. Yep.
Great. Thank you, Jasmin. And Antoine, I hope you will be able to join. Good. Thank you, Jasmin.
Wrong button.
Nice effect. No, that's fine. A nice effect. So we got demos. Any other demo? Zoltan, it's been a long time.
Yes, but next week there will be a demo from me. Also about localization, by the way, and taxonomy.
All in the same demo, or?
Yes, localizing taxonomies.
Awesome. Yeah, we talked about it a few weeks back, and that it will need huge refactoring. Okay. What else? Let me think. Something we haven't done for a long time, and I know that we said we should do it more often. Just look at click. Edit this page. Orchard doc, just to see what happened on the Orchard documentation side. Abhishek updated downloads link point. Okay. Just a status, but on the Orchard doc repository, just to see what has been updated. This one is cleaning, because actually at some point Zoltan had created a page for that, but I created another one with a different name, with a dot instead of a dash, so I didn't see there was already one.
Are you sharing, Sebastian?
No, why would I?
Why would?
1 second, sorry. Where is the page? Share your screen. Oh, and Philip, if you want to join the meeting also for Bootstrap, yeah, we need you. It's the admin, but you have some knowledge about Bootstrap. I'm sharing now. Okay. Adding information here, blah, blah, blah. SDK 2.6. Update, so formatting, release notes, pull request. Interesting. I like when our pull request documentation. Okay. Nothing special. Download links, updates, new SVG logo file. And I'm sure we can see it with Gitter. Yeah. SVG1. Okay. It's on documentation page at least. Targeting top level zones. I know how to do that, but I'm sure, yes, it was not documented. Let's see. Yes, you see the slash aside first. So for those who don't know, when you do a zone name in a placement, it will be a local zone. But if you want, like the content template zone, but if you want to target a layout zone, you can do slash something. It's beautiful. It's better than dynamic layouts.
Do we have the group functionality documented here, by the way? Because it's also a bit cryptic.
So last time we talked about it, I just said that it was implemented, but well, it's supported in code, but there is no rendering of that. What's the status? Same status?
Sorry, I mean the shape grouping, like with only from a driver. And you can do that from placement, but I don't think that's documented either.
No, I don't think it is. Personally, I just copy paste it from another one when I know it's done. So I don't know where to find it in code, in the documentation. I don't think it is. We can create also issues and the documentation for documenting stuff.
Anyone wants to write some localization documentation as well, more than welcome.
Yeah, we could be full of promises and say, oh, let's do a documentation hackathon like some other project. But I won't promise anything. Yeah, instead of running, Nick, why don't you do some localization documentation? Because it will really be helpful how to do this kind of multi-language site or this kind of that and using the language selector or whatever. That will really be useful. I'm sure people will love it. Even if it's a blog post. Even if you need help from, what's his name? Spitz something? You know what I mean? The guy who made the Belgium site. I can't remember his name, sorry.
Bedroom site?
What?
Oh, the Belgium site.
Yes. I think his last name is Spitz.
Oh, okay.
Steven Spitz.
Steven Spitz, yes. So he made a very nice website. Maybe by you two, Nick and him, you could do a very nice.
The awful layouts, the layouts you don't like.
He's in the layouts, and and he's using also the 1.9 Nick's module for localization. So I'm sure there is something to do with that. A nice tutorial about creating a multi-language site with Orchard. And then next week we'll have taxonomy localization, and wow, localize all the things. Okay. And we didn't mention them in the release notes. We should. So no major changes, just fixes usually.
I pushed some code for Brochard.
Code for Brochard. I saw a tweet which like made me happy and worried. Where is that?
Yeah, but it still requires a lot of work. So it was only a start.
Where is that? Do you share a link or do you have to go to the project?
It was on Twitter. I can put the link into. Here we go.
A start of the MapReduce stuff. Okay, let's implement a MapReduce stuff.
So it's on a branch. So
I clicked. No, I mean, I'm making fun with the stuff. Let's do some MapReduce stuff. Okay, so here
something that you can totally do casually. It's just stuff.
Yes, let's do some MapReduce after all. So you commented a bunch of stuff to add some more stuff. Okay.
And it also works on a Mac. So bear in mind, this currently does work on a Mac as well.
Yes. So whatever it does today, it does it also on a Mac, which is great. So let's see how long we can keep it this way.
Yes.
Content storage manager instead of. So item storage.
Remember that this had stuff on a previous commit. So this was a commit over a commit.
I was almost sure it was George, but it was not George. Content storage manager. Get content item version record. Looks like SQL. When I see that, I'm like, I like it.
What, you like the get with generics?
Yes.
Nick,
Yeah,
why
I
is it
thought-
called content
I like
storage
being
manager?
stripped. Pardon?
Wait. There is the important thing here. Content item store.cs.
No, that's not the one. Carry on
No.
going down. That's commented out.
So can you explain the idea?
This is the one that you were looking for. This is the one.
And you even have code comments.
Yeah.
Wow. Default content storage. What we have: store, data. T is a document record. So if you want to store a document, you need to inherit from document record.
Yeah.
And how do you store it? In a table?
At the moment, the existing entities just need to inherit from document record, and it will reuse the stuff that we have with InfoSet. I've taken all the InfoSet stuff and put it into document record, so everything is basically implementing document record. Though I still am not sure whether I like that, because I would like the objects to define how, or something to define how they're stored, so they could be stored individually in a different way.
Have you looked at the YesSQL code?
I have looked a little bit. No, I haven't yet. I should have a look at it.
Just for the concepts and how it works internally.
I've got a few other changes, but most of it's async at the moment. You can store, you push a document and it will iterate through the content stores, and then at the moment it just stores them everywhere. And then when you do a query, it will call a index provider in order to then find your...
Look at YesSQL, just for sanity, just to look at how it does things. And we have 2 commenters. Wow. I've never had that many commenters.
This async parent stuff I've got is wrong. I'm going to push a change for that later, but yeah, and also the store is not correct. But this is the abstraction of entity framework. So at the moment, no entity framework has leaked into Orchard, essentially.
At the moment, yeah.
At the moment. So, and one other thing is that Dapper have also implemented
and it will never, if you really follow the MapReduce pattern and what Bertrand has also in this CMS and
no, absolutely. I like the content store stuff. So I'm going to try and stick with it
because SQL doesn't leak anything from an Hibernate either, and because it's just about any query you want, you define the query and it's an index. Any query is an index, and then it can be stored anywhere also.
Yeah, no, I like it. It's good. It's good learning curve.
More accurately, because I think the way you implemented it here, Nick, there is some confusion in the API. The index really is the map function plus the order by, the sort order. It's not. It doesn't include the reduce function. The reduce function is only when you query the index, and your query method takes a map, an order, and a reduce.
Oh, what? So I should be reducing. So okay.
So yeah, so I think the API is slightly off because it gives the wrong impression about the implementation.
Okay.
Look at YesSQL. Look at YesSQL.
Yeah. YesSQL does it right, and Descent does it right too. So.
Okay, I can revise the query. I wasn't too sure anyway, so that's cool.
What YesSQL doesn't do is ordering. It relies on SQL Server to do the ordering, so it can be dynamic. It's not at the map level. But it does distinguish the map queries to the MapReduce queries, which have different meanings, and they don't.
Yeah, including the ordering function in the index is useful for a number of reasons. One of which is if you want to make your own implementation of the index. If you are relying on a database that has good sorting capabilities, that's fine. But if you are implementing your own index provider, having your order by function, it enables you to do some improvements, some optimizations when you insert items, for example, you can do binary search and so on, so that you don't have to do a full index scan to add a new item, for example.
Interesting. I didn't think about it during the map. Yep. Maybe.
Yeah, that's actually why if you look at document stores such as CouchDB, for example, you do have to the key to the index is actually also the order by parameter, and it can be an array. It's very interesting.
Interesting. Okay, I'll take a look at that.
Good. Thanks, Nick. Any question before we leave? Happy patching? Oh no, I forgot. You're all on 1.9. No questions? See you on Thursday. Hopefully to merge Jasmin branch. Thanks everyone. See you.
Bye bye.
Cheers, guys.
Bye everyone.